It's Popples. Viral news and trending stories.
On December 22, 2025, Draymond Green stood up from the Warriors bench and walked away, not just from a huddle, but from the game itself. The footage spread instantly, shocking millions. But for those who knew the history between Green and Steve Kerr, this moment wasn't entirely new. Nearly a decade earlier, inside a locker room in Oklahoma City, these same two men had reached a breaking point that almost turned physical. That night at Chase Center was supposed to be routine. Golden State was dominating the Orlando Magic, leading comfortably as the arena buzzed with confidence. The Warriors looked sharp, focused, and in control, the kind of night teams enjoy while chasing a return to championship relevance. But then came a turnover. Draymond Green, already frustrated, began arguing with officials. Steve Kerr saw it immediately. He called timeout, sensing that familiar shift, intensity turning into distraction. What followed stunned everyone. The sideline footage shows Kerr and Green locked in a heated exchange, far beyond a typical basketball disagreement. Their voices rose, their bodies leaned forward. The tension was unmistakable. Teammate Moses Moody briefly stepped in, trying to calm the situation. Then Draymond did something no one expected. He didn't move to the end of the bench. He didn't grab water. He left the court entirely. Green walked straight to the locker room, staying there through part of the third quarter while the game continued without him. A future Hall of Famer removing himself mid-game, regardless of the score, sent shockwaves through the arena. He later returned in warm-ups, but never checked back in, finishing the night with just 18 minutes played. The Warriors won easily, but the win felt secondary. Within hours, the video was everywhere. Clips flooded X, YouTube, and every major sports account. Fans dissected every gesture, every frame. Speculation exploded. Was this the collapse of one of the NBA's most iconic coach-player relationship? Soon, enhanced clips began circulating. Some claimed lip reading, others added alleged audio. According to these viral interpretations, Green questioned Kerr directly, while Kerr responded with visible frustration, asking how he was supposed to coach him. None of it was officially confirmed. Kerr declined to discuss the exact words, calling the conversation private, a decision that reflected his long-standing belief that some things should stay in the locker room. Still, the images spoke loudly. Two of the most competitive figures in basketball had reached a public breaking point. After the game, Kerr addressed the incident calmly. He admitted they had it out, but made one thing clear. He did not send Green away. That choice belonged entirely to Draymond. And that distinction mattered. This wasn't discipline, it was self-removal. Green echoed that sentiment later. He described the moment as tempers spilling over, saying he chose to step away rather than let things escalate. For a player known for emotional volatility, it marked a noticeable shift, restraint instead of reaction. The timing only intensified the spotlight. Christmas Day was approaching, the NBA's biggest regular season stage. Instead of celebrating basketball, the league was fixated on internal tension inside one of its most storied franchises. But this wasn't a single incident. It was another chapter in a relationship built on passion, trust, and inaudible collision. 2 days later, Kerr and Green faced the media again, and the tone had changed completely. Kerr took responsibility, admitting the moment wasn't his finest and revealing that he had apologized. Green did the same. Both addressed the team, acknowledging that the scene didn't reflect who they wanted to be. Kerr explained it simply. When two fiercely competitive people want the same outcome badly enough, sparks are inevitable. To understand why the 2025 blow-up felt both shocking and predictable, you have to go back to 2016. The Warriors had just completed the greatest regular season in NBA history, 73 wins, a unanimous MVP for Stephen Curry, and a roster that seemed unbeatable. But in the Western Conference Finals against Oklahoma City, that image began to crack. Down 3-1 to the Thunder with their season slipping away, frustration filled the visiting locker room. It was there, away from cameras and social media, that Kerr and Green had their most famous argument, a confrontation fueled by pressure, expectations, and a shared obsession with winning. Nearly a decade later, the setting had changed. The cameras were closer. The stakes were different, but the core truth remained the same. This wasn't about one argument. It was about two competitors who care so deeply about winning that sometimes they collide. The intensity in that locker room was volcanic, far beyond the usual coach-player disagreements. Voices were raised, emotions ran high. Every corner of the room felt the pressure, making halftime adjustments nearly impossible. Green later reflected on the moment with brutal honesty. In this moment, Steve wanted to kill me, and then he realized I wanted to kill him. Two alpha competitors pushed to their limits, neither willing to yield. Teammates moved quickly to de-escalate. Veteran Maurice Spates stepped in, while Klay Thompson urged Green to calm down. The scene could have fractured the team entirely. Yet rookie Kevon Looney saw something different. Experiencing his first NBA playoffs, he found the whole ordeal so absurd that laughter became his only response. That laughter, oddly enough, broke barriers and allowed him to become more vocal with the team, opening communication that might have otherwise taken months to develop. By the next game, something had shifted. Facing elimination on the road in Game 5, Stephen Curry poured in 31 points to keep their season alive. Execution sharpened, communication cleared, focus restored. Then came the legendary Game 6 in Oklahoma City. Klay Thompson delivered a historic performance, 11 three-pointers, an NBA playoff record, 41 points, and a 108-101 victory that forced Game 7. Back at Oracle Arena, Curry and Thompson combined for 57 points as the Warriors completed a comeback for the ages, overturning a 3-1 series deficit. What had threatened to break them, the halftime argument, had instead served as a catalyst. Confrontation cleared the air, allowing two fiercely competitive men to recommit to a shared goal. This pattern, repeated across years, became a hallmark of Kerr and Green's dynamic: clash, resolve, and achieve excellence. The narrative continued in the NBA Finals against the Cleveland Cavaliers, where the Warriors found themselves on the opposite side of a 3-1 deficit. LeBron James and Kyrie Irving orchestrated a historic comeback, culminating in the chase-down block and the decisive three-pointer. The Warriors' loss was devastating, yet the team's resilience defined the era that followed. Kevin Durant, defeated in the Western Conference Finals, joined Golden State the next summer, sparking back-to-back championships in 2017 and 2018, with Durant claiming Finals MVP honors both years. Through all these highs and lows, the relationship between Kerr and Green remained the emotional core of the franchise. In December 2025, Kerr spoke candidly. How do you turn moments of frustration into something positive? There's a long history here. I understand his power, and we understand each other. We have 4 banners, none of which would exist without Draymond. That's how much he impacts winning. Even as the 2025-26 Warriors contend with the inevitable challenges of time, Kerr's perspective remains steady. There's beauty in the struggle. We are no longer the 2017 Warriors dominating the league. We are a fading dynasty. The question now is, how do we carry ourselves night to night? How connected are we? Can we give ourselves another swing at the plate? Those words, coming from the architect of one of the NBA's greatest dynasties, resonate with truth and gravity. They're not excuses. They are candid acknowledgement of reality, a reflection of leadership and legacy. The Warriors may be fading, but the story and the struggle continue. This was a clear-eyed assessment of where the Warriors stood, delivered by someone with nothing left to prove, yet still burning to achieve more. Stephen Curry, entering his 16th NBA season, remains the greatest shooter in basketball history. His impact on the game is immeasurable. 4 championships, 2 MVPs, including the only unanimous selection in league history, 11 All-Star appearances, over 4,151 three-pointers, Olympic gold in Paris 2024, and even at 36, a second All-Star Game MVP proves his talent is undimmed. But the team around him has changed. Father Time waits for no one. The 2015-16 Warriors, with their 73-9 season, now exist only in banners and highlight reels. Athleticism fades, recovery slows, and a league that grows younger and faster every year reshapes the game. For Steve Kerr, coaching Draymond Green in 2025 isn't about managing dominance, it's about extracting every last drop of excellence while developing the next generation. Green, self-aware and honest, acknowledges his own evolution. I know I'm not the same player I was 8 years ago, and in 2 years I won't be the same guy I am now. Rare honesty from a 4-time champion. Kerr adapts strategically, positioning Green to maximize impact, sometimes off the ball, sometimes leading, always within a system that balances youth and experience. The December confrontation was more than a viral moment. It was a chance to clear the air, refocus, and recommit. Beyond the social media frenzy and speculative lip-reading, what remained was a bond forged through years of competition, trust, and shared victories. Kerr calls Green a winner, a champion, the most passionate and competitive person he's ever met. And when asked if Green wants to finish his career in Golden State, Kerr's answer was immediate. Hell yeah. 2 words, 4 championships, and a dozen years of history. The incident resolved without fines or discipline. Kerr took full responsibility, shielding Green from unnecessary scrutiny. In professional sports, such loyalty is rare, a bond that outlasts arguments, trade rumors, and the fading of dynasties. The viral footage will fade, the championships will remain, and the relationship between coach and player, forged in fire, tested by time, strengthened by conflict, will endure long after the game ends. In a league obsessed with the next trade, the next superstar, the next viral moment, Kerr and Green's story is different. Over and over, they choose each other, even when taking the easier path would have been simple. This isn't just a story about a heated argument. It's a story about complicated, fiery, unconditional love. Love that builds dynasties. Love that survives their fading.
Don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories.